Hello and welcome back to Dynamic Response Video. This is the training for projects, how to set the element layers. Now, in the first two videos, we showed you how to upload the videos. The last one was to be able to set the interaction layers. Now, to be able to do the elements, it's really simple, and let's go ahead and start. Let's go back to the intro video and we'll start that first. So the elements are going to be an easy ability to be able to add on our two buttons that we need. Now, if you click on elements, you'll see that we have no elements right now. These are the elements that you can choose from. A button that will allow you to create a button and place onto your video. A text, which is just a simple text. Clickable image, which we'll use in this particular example, as well as a button. You have a static image that you can just can't be clicked, but you can overlay it on there. You can do a hotspot, which will allow any place in the video to be clickable. So if I wanted to do this, where I could have dynamic response video to be clickable, I can do that with a hotspot. In this case, I'm going to do a button. So you go ahead and click on your new button, and now I can drag this button anywhere I want. I can either click on the edit button here, or I can click the edit button here. And I just tend to click on the edit button here, and I'm going to name my button to yes. Okay. Now, one of the things that you have the ability to do is set to auto. Now, you will have an error here, and this is why we put this notice here. You need to adjust the width and the height for your button. And in this particular case, I'm okay with that because I'm going to create my button. And what I do is I go in and I'm going to go ahead and name it yes. And I want to make the font color white. So we'll just pick custom white, and I'm going to grab this little, pull it up here, and you'll see now my text is white. Now, I'm able to change the background or add padding or anything else. I'm going to go ahead and move this down. I'm going to move the vertical over, and I want to make the font on this as big as I can get it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's move it back a little bit, maybe a little bit this way, and we'll just say it's yes. And instead of this, we'll maybe pick, let's do blue. Okay, so maybe something like that. Okay, and then you can change, you can add a border or whatever you want. I'm going to make it a little bit rounded so the button looks good here, and we'll just maybe move it right there. Okay, so we'll say that's what we want. And in this particular case, now what we're going to do is when we click the yes button, we are going to send it to our yes video. Okay, so in this case, you want to make sure that you have the video here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go down and we're going to pick yes. Okay, now when you go up, scrolling up, you want to make sure that you hit the save button, which is here. Okay, so we've now saved that button. Okay, now if we go back and we go to elements again, we'll see that we have a yes button, and we can click these three little dots and we can copy this. So now we have one yes button and one yes button here. So if I look at it, I can move it on over, and I can say, okay, I want to go ahead and create the no button. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and change this to no. Come down here, highlight, change it to no. And I'll need to do just a little bit of moving here to center it up. And if I want to keep it red, or I can make it red or whatever else color I want to do, maybe I'll just make it a reddish color. Okay, so if I want to do that, then I have a red button and a blue button, and I want to go ahead on this particular case, I want the no button to go to my no video. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back up, I'm going to hit save, and for this particular first, this probably needs to be lined up a little bit here. Okay, we'll go ahead and save it, and for this first intro video, we now have that done. Now on the yes, we've got three different elements. Which Major League Sporting event are you buying tickets for? So we want to be able to add the elements here, and in my case, I want to add clickable images. Okay, so my first clickable image is here. I'm going to go ahead and click edit, and I'm going to call this NBA. Okay, I'm going to upload the file, and I have this in already done, so I'm going to go ahead and upload that file. You can see now there's my logo. I can go ahead and resize it any way I want. So we'll make it about maybe that big. Okay, the width a little bit here. Alright, so now we have our NBA here, and now in this particular case, what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to send it to a link, and our link are here. So I'm going to go ahead and I've already created the link. So I'm going to go ahead and click on web page, and I am going to paste in the link. Okay, now I'm going to go up. Every time I do this, I'm going to go ahead and hit save again. And now I have my NBA element in there. Now I can go back again and I can copy this if I want to be able to do this to send it to duplicate it again. Okay, because I'm going to create 3 of them, so I'll just drag it out where I want it, and I'll drag this one out where I think I want it. And in this case, let's go ahead and do this one, and let's call this NHL. Let's delete this off here. Uploader NHL picture. And again, we need to go ahead and kind of adjust it the best way we know to do. Let's just leave it something like that. And we want to take this one to a web page. And let me get my NHL. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then in this particular last one, I'm going to go ahead and add in the NFL. And I need to add in that image. Okay, and we'll leave it about where it's at size-wise. So we can readjust these any way you want them to be, up or down or all around. And we want this one to be a web page, and I have that link here. And I'll go ahead and paste that one in. Now I want to go ahead and save it. Okay. And that is done for the yes video. Now the last one we have to do is the no video. And again, on this particular one, we need to add in an element that has a yes button. And in that particular case, we're going to add in a button. And I'm going to drag it over here. And we'll do this real quick, just calling it the no yes button. Alright, and we'll keep it about that size. Let's go ahead and do yes. And again, we're going to change the text color to white. I'm going to increase the font. And then I'll play with the vertical and the horizontal padding here to make it look okay. And just freeze, we're going to make it red. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a radius so it looks, maybe we'll make this one more like an oval. Okay, and then I'll put it there. This particular case, when I click yes, I want to take it to the video, and I want to take it to the yes video. Okay, when I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now that I've added all of my elements into my videos, I am now ready to go and preview it and publish this. And we'll do that in the next video.